If your board sent your management company a letter about contract violations and your management company responded to the letter by asking, hey, let's sit down and meet, stop. Do not cancel that meeting. Do not delay that meeting. What happens next could determine whether your community thrives or falls apart. Here's something most boards get wrong the moment tension surfaces, even if this situation doesn't apply to you. They interpret the management company's request to meet as defensiveness, stalling, or an attempt to talk you out of something. It's almost never like that. When a management company responds to a formal complaint by asking for a conversation, they're doing exactly what professional firms should do. They want to understand where your board's coming from. They want to know what expectations haven't been met and how to close that gap without abandoning the scope of what they're actually contracted to do. That's not spin. That's how functional business relationships get corrected. Blocking that meeting doesn't protect your community. It eliminates your best opportunity to either fix the relationship or confirm clearly and professionally that it can't be fixed. What most boards don't realize going into a meeting like this is that the management company may have a list of their own. There may be things your board has been doing or not doing that have made their job significantly harder. Delayed approvals, unreturned calls, decisions made without following the proper process, owners being given information that contradicts what management has communicated. A professionally run management firm will raise those things in that meeting, and your board should hear them. Because if there are breakdowns on your side and you don't know about them, you'll carry those same problems into your next management relationship. The boards that treat this kind of meeting as a two-way conversation, not an ambush, almost always walk away with more clarity than they came in with. Here's something we've seen play out, and it's worth saying plainly. Sending a formal complaint letter to your management company is a significant act. Both parties understand what it means. It's not a casual email. It carries weight. And when your management company responds professionally and asks to sit down, asks to understand, the clock starts. If that meeting doesn't get scheduled quickly, your management company will draw their own conclusions, and they won't be wrong. What that silence communicates is that the letter was never really about fixing anything. It was about making a record, scoring a point. And a competent management company will recognize that immediately and act accordingly. If that's not what your board intended, you need to pick up the phone and fast, because in that moment, you don't get to send a letter like that and then act as though nothing happened. That's not how professional relationships work. The boards that take that meeting seriously, that approach it as a genuine business conversation, not an ambush or a formality, are the ones who protect their communities from what comes next. Because when these relationships end badly through accusations, stonewalling, or escalation, communities pay a real price. Vendor relationships get disrupted, financial records become harder to transfer, ongoing operations lose continuity at exactly the wrong time. That outcome's avoidable, but only if both parties choose to have the conversation while there's still something worth saving. What I just described sounds straightforward, and in principle it is, but knowing how to enter the room, what to say, what not to say, how to evaluate what you're hearing, and how to protect your community's position regardless of the outcome, that's where it gets complicated. These conversations have real consequences, and boards that go in without preparation often come out worse than when they started. If your association is facing a management dispute or a difficult transition, we'd welcome a conversation. At ManageMax, we know that effective community management is built on transparency and systematic excellence. We provide full-service HOA and condominium management across Southeast Michigan, handling everything from accurate financial reporting to proactive maintenance. Our goal is to reduce the burden on your board while protecting your property values. If you're looking for a partner who values accountability as much as you do, visit us at managemaxproperties.com. Let's build a stronger community together.